Hello, here's another update for Marduk. You can see I got the hip panels kind of on. There's going to be a little bit of a gap between the hips and the knees, but I can fill that in with some black plastic like this shin. And I have installed the linear actuator to rotate the torso. You can see it hiding inside there. And our friend the battery right here. One of the issues I'm facing at the moment is that this bolt right here, you can see it, that it's starting to bend a little bit while the torso rotates. So that one right there. So it's not giving a complete range of motion. But at least with the bracing of these metal panels on it, it isn't trying to tear through the wood. So let's see it in action. We'll take a peek in the cockpit through a cockpity means through this side panel right here. I've installed that safety switch right there, so that in an emergency, something goes wrong with the electrical system, you just flick it down, turns it off. Then turn it on, you flip up the pan, that little hat, flick it forward. There's supposed to be an LED in there, but for some reason it isn't working. And I actually have the foot panels installed in the cockpit. So we'll just flip one of these on and stand back. You can hear the frame in there creaking and stuff. There we go. And it stopped. You can see there's a bit of an angle on it now, as opposed to the previous position. And I'll do a close-up I'll do a close-up of the rotation in a second, and you can see how that bolt right there really bent out of shape and compromises the movement I can get out of that linear actuator. So I need to get a nice fatter bolt like I did with this one right here, which is I think a 3/8 bolt. I can't remember the measurements, but I'll flip the pedal on the inside and get a closer look so we can see exactly what the rotation does. Oh, there we go. Close up of the crotch. And you can see exactly what's going on with that bolt over there. Yep, we can see that it's bending the bolt, which is compromising the amount of rotation that we can get out of it. But still we can get a noticeable rotation, which is kind of nice, but I'll have to replace that way we get more of a rotation. I need to properly mount the door, and because currently it's just slotted into the cockpit access, and well, I need to tuck in those foam pads at the top because they just look wonky. But it's actually raining a bit, so the good news is probably a lot of the snow, or what little snow is left, is going to be gone. But it also means, you know, that working with electronics in the rain, not particularly advisable. So I'll probably be working on getting these panels right here built back up so I can slot them on there and put on this other kneecap. So it looks a little nicer. But, and later on, I still have to get around to adjusting the tension on the transmission lines, and also making a connector for the engagement of the traction drive, which is this little lever right here. And this is going to be hooked up to lines all the way to this bar right here. So you pull this forward with your foot. You've got the two pedals over there for the steering and the hips. And this cable goes in, which will pull on this, engaging the traction drive and making you go forward or backwards. I'll need to give the arm cables a bit of a lube job. And hopefully, as long as there's no snow, I'll be able to plop the engine onto the chassis and the wheels, because my snowblower has a lot bigger wheels, my good one at any rate, which is an improvement over these little fellows, which are, I don't know, smaller at any rate. But these are actually the original tires to the snowblower, so and I probably should put a garbage bag over those pulleys and stuff, that way it doesn't get all frozen up or whatever, but wouldn't be too big of a deal. I've taken frozen snow and slush out of there before. But that is all for today, I guess. So I gotta redo the bolts, adjust the tension on the transmission lines, do the traction drive engagement, and maybe a test run. So, until next time, bye-bye.